Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of this starter city build focused on sort of design theory and just sort of, I guess, urban planning and stuff. We've just linked up these two areas. I'd like to link them up again. I'd actually like to spend a lot of this money and get some more infrastructure going. Infrastructure is, of course, a big part of this game. It looks like, actually, just looking at the bumps and stuff, it looks like we have a little bit of a segment here to kind of maybe make an approach. From here, we could also definitely make an approach down low here. This actually looks pretty clean right here. We might want to do both. We might want a couple bridges. Maybe this one actually kind of goes up, fans up, and sort of angles towards this slope here and kind of goes up this way and like into there. And then maybe this one's the one that actually like goes down into the main circuit, so the main area, the main freeway. But yeah, this actually looks like it was, I mean, when I see this kind of stuff and it looks like this was a plateau that was literally designed to have a road kind of swinging around like this. Like, I don't know if we want to do like a heavier road that sort of comes up this way and just kind of goes out straight like that. Whoops, that wasn't as heavy as I wanted. I just wanted one of these. Yeah, this actually can burn your money fast. These roads are not the cheapest roads in the game. Can we get this at a 90? We might have to actually just build a piece out first. Kind of estimate where this might land. Might need to just go like a 5 out. That's a little too high. It's a little too low. Yeah, this actually isn't gonna be super smooth. That looks pretty good to me. It'll be interesting to see. Okay, can we get that connection there? We might take. Do I not have snapping turned on? I do. Why am I not getting the guideline here? Let's say it's 180. I like it. I'm taking it. What we could do too is with move it, we could grab all this and we could kind of smooth it out to at least there. That'll kind of, I don't know. I mean, we could go in here and smooth this, soften it. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I think that is that the first time we've ever done terraforming during these builds? It might be. I'm going to keep this a little straighter. I don't think this needs to be... it'd be kind of cool if that actually went right to there. That would be kind of neat. But I don't think we're going to get something that just lines up that perfectly. Well, maybe if we give it a little bit of a curve there. Of course, this does need to be elevated. This does need to be an elevated segment here. Not enough money. Costs money to do that? Really? Dang. I guess going from like a... Okay, let's go back up to speed 3. Sorry, guys. We should be making money. Why is our money going down instead of up? What am I missing? Are these roads costing us that much money? I doubt it, but I mean, it's possible. Let's have this go just like a sort of angle up, just a touch. It looks like people are using this, though. We get at least garbage trucks are using it and stuff. This is some good infrastructure here. We definitely need cash. Cash is going to come in if we get more industry. However, it looks like we have a power situation going on too. So until we actually go into here, raise the power back up to that. I mean, it's only going to be an extra 200 per week. That's nothing. Adding that to take out a large chunk of industrial demand. Over here, I think what we're going to want to do is, again, we'll bop this, which should preserve, well, everything except for those guys right there, right? These guys are going to be a little upset, but everybody else should be, because they won't have power for a few seconds, but this should fill in quickly. We'll probably want to actually do some roads down this way, off of this somehow. I don't know if we want to come off at the front or the middle, maybe the middle. Maybe over here too, like this could sort of like a join. That actually wouldn't look too bad, I don't think. Let's go back to basically vanilla settings here. I think we're going to freestyle that. Actually, no. What happens if we do curve it a little bit more sharply like that? That looks good. That looks good. Except for we're getting kind of a wild curve out the back here, but it's lining up. Seems to be lining up with things, with relevant things. So there we go. We're getting a nice little curve down by the river there. And this, actually, yeah, this can go through. This can go through, no problem. Maybe with the freestyle tool, though. Might want to turn snapping off, kind of just depends. But this seems to be rolling through. And maybe this could even sort of split and like one could go high. It depends on, do we want it to kind of be a 90 out and then that, or do we want it to kind of like swoop up and in like that? This, I think, makes more sense because I think the reality is not many people would be going down this road and need to turn right? There's not really going to be much down here. Maybe it's just a surface road even. I think this is probably going to be the actual main road. So having it curve like this becomes the main road, and that these people are going to go that way, I think it makes more sense. And that we have the high road and we have the low road. That could get smoothed out with movement and stuff. We're starting to get some money in. We're getting 2,000 per week. We don't have enough workers. That means we need way more residential. Way more residential. We're going to go down to speed 2 because we got money and I don't know. We're not in a rush here. We're not in a rush here. This is just kind of feeling like this is becoming kind of a main road in a sense. This one right here, isn't it? We might even upgrade that in the future. I mean, this could even be a roundabout right here if we saw that it was causing problems. For now, what we can do at least is get rid of the traffic lights. I usually like to, I'll add traffic lights retroactively if I feel like that's going to fix my problems. Usually it doesn't in this game. The way the game just handles traffic lights is just not the smartest thing in the world. So, because the game doesn't understand the idea of like left turns. So usually you have a lot of cars that are just smashing into each other anyways, just slowing things down regardless. And then you'll also have cars that are just waiting around when they could be going. So I find that just letting them go and smash into each other occasionally is the easier thing to do. Actually, one can go high, but we were talking about how one probably needs to respect the terrain here. Because there is kind of this slope. But maybe the slope doesn't actually start until like... Maybe this is kind of more the slope? I'm not sure. We can't build out there, right? But it kind of seems like... Actually... Well, what would this look like? Does this actually make sense? It almost kind of does. Put that back to ground. That actually does kind of make sense. I mean, this kind of goes with that ridge right there a little bit. This can still swoop up. This can still swoop up. This can actually find this little cubby right here. There's a little bit of a terraform cubby here. This could easily slither down that way and go into this whole new area. Have roads going this way, right? Roads going this way. This all kind of is lining up a little bit. I think we were talking about having a road, though, that kind of like ended up doing this a little bit. Kind of recognizing this sort of sloping area. And that this one would actually, like the idea with this one is it would actually sort of bridge across. Which we're definitely have to use move it and tools and stuff to make this look a little bit better. That's almost a 90 in. Like, I'm tempted. I'm tempted just to grab that and take it while we have it. And kind of go with that. That's very bumpy over here. Very bumpy. Like, this kind of hilliness is not necessarily my favorite. I love hills like this. They're big and sharp and you can really play around them. These are just kind of make it kind of just annoying, to be honest. They're just like, they're not big enough to be like impasses, but they're... Yeah, there's something. Actually, this probably all needs to come up. This all right here probably could just go with being leveled to that. Yeah, forgot that note. Yeah, honestly, let's grab all of this and level it to here and see what that looks like. It looks like it actually would be kind of a believable structure to me. Like bridges like this sometimes are very, very high. Like towering over buildings. And this one's not even close to doing that. What I wouldn't mind doing is what we could do here is I wouldn't mind extending this elevated bit a little bit. So if we build a section like that, then we can go in and upgrade that to elevated and then get rid of that. And now we've sort of cleaned that up a little bit. Why is this looking so goofed up though? What's going on here? Oh no. Haven't seen that very often. Now, if we take all of this, can we get like a better slope going here? Didn't mean to do this section. Control Z to undo with move it. Honestly, this right here could work though. Just doing a slope between here and here. Holding shift to be able to grab multiple nodes at the same time. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I'm liking this. It's smooth. I'm liking it. The question is, which of these roads here is going to be able to actually like smoothly connect in? And I think this is the one. And we might want to round this just a little bit. Yeah, that little curve right there, just to respect this little bit of geography. I'm liking that. I'm liking that. But what we need to do before like we really sort of call this one done. Get this like out just a little bit north. No, we're just barely outside the city limits. I'd say it's a 91.1. That's a 90.2. We're taking that. We are taking that. So that's giving us some good area to zone, to be honest. I'm just wondering, okay, do we want to like bring this through? Or do we want to bring this one through? Maybe, actually, wait, what would it look like if we just went like full on, like sort of, that actually looks kind of okay. I'm actually not minding that. These are low density areas, right? So they don't have a lot of traffic. So we don't really have to worry too much about these four-way intersections ruining anything. Here we might have some issues because this might end up developing into a main road. This might end up kind of becoming a main road too. We actually have a little bit of everything. What do we do here? Do we do one more straight? I think we clip the zoning on that road. I don't think we're interested in zoning that road at all. I'm not really sure we want this down here to be connected though. Kind of freestyling at this point. Let's go down here like this, and then maybe this can kind of actually come into there or something. That way we're not getting that extra connection there. We're still kind of filling up this space. I'm not sure if we want to zone right there, if we'd zone lower. Again, right, we got this trick where we can come in here like this and remove the zoning off the sides. There's actually a mod that helps kind of do this without having to put in the pathway, but the pathway is very effective at doing this. So there we go. That kind of cleans up the zoning. We can go back into here and just kind of use the upgrade tool to clean that up a little bit more. I don't mind bopping that. We don't need that one to be too filled in. We could try zoning that and just seeing what it looks like. I'm not sure what that would look like. We could put in like a service building or something in there, like a park or something instead. But we are going to need more commercial, it says. Need a lot more industrial, which is actually kind of just annoying, to be honest. So I already feel like we have a good amount of this stuff. However, that's going to be a quick way to get a bunch in. We could actually even have this go under or over. I think 8's usually as much as short as I usually want to make an incline that can go over another road. So like 8, 8 or something. And I feel comfortable doing that. That looks natural to me. It leaves enough clearance. Totally fine. Totally fine. And, you know, eventually this would probably, we'd probably want like some sort of like imaginary road, and whether it literally connects or not, right? There'd be potentially do something like that would be kind of interesting. I mean, we're kind of combining different sort of like rounded shapes and corners and stuff. Actually, you know what? It's a money issue. I guess we are spending more money, aren't we? Do we have this all watered up? We do, actually. Very nice. Do we have all of this watered up? No. Now it should be good. All of this is looking fine, though. I think, yeah, residential, we can just basically just fill everything in. This needs to come out just a touch. A little bit janky there, no doubt. We'll do something else in that little bit. Do we have death gear yet? Or are we still working on getting to that next milestone? Yeah, we're still waiting to get to Boomtown, huh? Interesting that things aren't actually progressing a little bit quicker here. I think this is looking good. I think this is looking kind of interesting, though. I mean, we could see how this is becoming a residential area. We could have, you know, tourism out here, downtown areas up on this plateau. I mean, you know, we're kind of building out towards more towards the ocean for the downtown, which I think is very fitting. Maybe the industry we'd want it. I mean, we have a lot of ocean here to work with, so we could have additional industry areas. I mean, honestly, maybe this would become another industrial area here, and maybe this would be more of the downtown here in this little sort of cozy little bay. It's hard to say. We could do whatever we want. This map is an interesting map, which is kind of why I wanted to grab it, right? Because it's kind of got some interesting sort of geography to work with, both water and terrain. It seems smooth enough to build without pulling your hair out, but it's I kind of wish there was a little bit more just sort of flat land for just like general building, but then you can always kind of terraform stuff and smooth things out. It's not a big deal. Technically, this is an ore area. We could utilize that. I think this is actually fertile land in here. So we could do some like farming in this, like over here in this section. That actually, you know what? I don't even think that sounds that bad at all. I don't think that sounds bad. Or, you know, we could just be different and just go right into the ore industry. How does that look? Does that look like enough clearance there? Yeah. We'd probably want... that's a steep bit, but we probably would want a connection like from here. Maybe that just connects around like this. I'm not sure. I think we're going to have to think about that for a second, but for the most part, everything should be growing. Everything should be growing. We just need to kind of give ourselves a little bit more piping out here. We're going to need some more electricity. I think the industry buildings just seem to use a lot more electricity. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bop this really quick. It's a very, very lovely dirt road there. We get the point, but we'll tie into that later if we really care. That was one that just came with the map for whatever reason, so I don't think we're that you know, invested in that particular road. Once we get to the next rank of population, I think we might get a new power option, which I think will be worth going to, like at least the advanced wind turbines or something. All right, guys. I think that is a good ending point. We've made some good progress in terms of infrastructure. We've also boosted the population quite a bit, hit a milestone or two. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this episode. We will probably finish up this starter build series in the next episode, hopefully try to round out some of these ideas and fill in some of these areas, but still kind of like talk a little bit about where the city could go in the future. Making 3,000 per week. We got 2,200 people. Not bad. We got money in the bank. Thanks everybody for watching. I will see you guys in the next one.